we are looking at circles. So we see the circular shape like this, but geometrically what this means, that is we are looking at. So circle is a set of all those points in a plane whose distance from a fixed point remains constant. So let's see, if we draw a circle like this and we say this is a point so this is set of all points and this is main point. So if we choose this point, let's say P, and this point O, so if we choose this, the distance of this point to this point, let's say R, and distance from, if we choose another point, let's say Q, so distance from this point to this point, R dash. So the you can choose any point on the circle, distance from this point in the center remains them same, that is forming the circle. So in other words, the fixed point, that is here in our case O, is called center of the circle. And constant distance means O to P, O to Q, if we take L, so O to L, they will all remain constant, like R is equal to R dash equals to R double dash. And that property is making this geometry as a circle, because this O is a fixed point, this is center of the circle, and constant distance is called radius. So these are categorized as radius. This is radius, that's why R. This is also radius, but just to show a difference of distance from O to Q, I have written down R dash. Same about this OL. So in this figure, O is the center of the circle and OP equals to R, that is radius of the circle. Now let's see further concepts of the or related concepts of the circle. Diameter. So what is diameter? A line segment, this is important, line segment, that is, this is we'll see further, a line segment passing through the center of the circle and having its endpoints on the circle itself, that is boundary of the circle. So we'll draw the figure. This is a circle, and this is center of the circle. A line segment is saying, line means increasing infinitely from both ends, but line segment mean a part of that line. So we can say line segment passing through center of the circle and having its end point. This is first end, this is another end on the circle itself, that is boundary of the circle. So, or we say circle itself on the boundary, we say. So if we say point A and point B, so this makes a line segment a diameter. So here AB is diameter of the circle with center O. But this has divided the circle in two parts. How? This is the fixed length from O to B, this is R, and this is, that is radius of the circle, and this is fixed length from O to A, this is also R, that is radius of the circle. So we can say diameter is actually equals to 2 into R, that is 2 into radius. R is radius of the circle with center O. Now we'll see further concepts. So we'll first, before going ahead, we'll consider a circle with center O and radius R. So if we draw a circle like this, and center, so this is the center, and center O and the radius R. So this circle actually divides the plane. So this canvas is our plane, and that plane is got divided by this circle into three parts. How? This is interior, this is exterior, and this is actually a circle. So if we plot points like this, O, point P, they explain where they lies based on where they lies. So let's say interior. So the part of the plane, so whole canvas is our plane, but part of the plane consisting of those points P for which O to P, that is distance from O to P, is less than radius. That is, radius means distance from O to, let's say, Q, and Q is on the circle. So from center to point on the circle, that's the radius. But here, as we can see, P is inside of the circle, and distance from O to P is less than R, that is radius of the circle. So that defines that point P is in interior of the circle, or set of such points forms the interior of the circle. Then comes exterior. The part of the plane consisting of those points P for which O to P is greater than R. So if we say this point is P, so if we measure distance from O to this point P, it is greater than radius of the circle. So it is naturally lie outside of the part of the plane divided by the circle, that is exterior of the circle. And actually the last is circle. So this is the part of the plane consisting of points P for which OP is equals to R, is circle itself. Means what? Means if we plot a point P here, so distance from O to P will equals to the radius of the circle, and set of such points forms the circle itself. That is what it is saying. And such distinction forms the circular region. So what is circular region? Part of the plane of the circle that consists of the circle and its interior is called circular region. So if we draw a shape like this, so part of the plane, this is our center of the circle, and this is point P. Distance from O to P is our radius. So part of the plane of the circle that consists of circle means these set of points where P lies, and such points making a circle, and its interior means the points lying here. So all this makes a circular region. This concept will be beneficial when we actually solve the examples. If we say we have given a circular region, and based on that we have to calculate some values, so we should know what is circular region means in terms of geometry. So the points lies on the boundaries or the circle, and the points inside makes the circular region.